Welcome to Ethanol Producer Magazine's top headlines from the past week. I'm your host, Jill Nelson. The 2020 Fuel Ethanol Workshop and Expo is being rescheduled. The event was originally scheduled to take place in Minneapolis in June. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, BBI International has decided to delay the event. The 2020 FEW and co-located Biodiesel Production Technology Summit will now be held in Omaha, Nebraska on August 24th through August 26th. BBI International has also announced that all biofuels producers will be allowed to attend free of charge. Data released by the U.S. Energy Information Administration shows that ethanol demand rebounded slightly the week ending April 24th. U.S. ethanol production volumes were down slightly the week ending April 24th. Weekly ethanol ending stocks, however, fell by nearly 5% after setting record highs for 4 consecutive weeks, according to data released by the EIA on April 29th. Ethanol production averaged 547,000 barrels per day the week ending April 24th, down 4.6% when compared to the previous week. While production again fell below the lowest level recorded since the agency began reporting weekly ethanol production in mid-2010, the free fall in production levels seems to have flattened over the past 2 weeks, following several weeks where declines were much more significant. Read more in our online story. Iowa Representative Abby Finkenhauer on April 28th announced the introduction of the Clean Fuels Deployment Act of 2020. The bill aims to provide funding for installing and converting fuel pump infrastructure to deliver higher blends of ethanol and biodiesel. The legislation authorizes $600 million over 6 years to help retailers offer higher ethanol blends, expand the geographic area selling ethanol blends, support biodiesel, bioheat, and sustainable aviation fuel markets, and accelerate the deployment of fueling infrastructure. Several biofuel groups have spoken out in support of the Clean Fuels Deployment Act of 2020, including the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association, Growth Energy, the Renewable Fuels Association, and the American Coalition for Ethanol. A coalition of 24 organizations, including Americans for Prosperity, sent a letter to President Trump on April 28th urging him to waive renewable fuel standard blending requirements for the remainder of the year. The letter claims that the RFS blending obligations require obligated parties to blend 15 billion gallons of ethanol and states the EPA's estimates for 2020 transportation fuel use are no longer accurate. RFS statute, however, only requires obligated parties to meet the program's percentage standards. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more of the ethanol industry's top stories.